Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising, these are your messages for the week of June 23rd. So June 23rd to June 29th for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This card here is the overall energy of the week. This is how you will be feeling for the week. And this is the energy that is suggested that you lean into this energy for the best result. So your overall energy is very potent energy, very wonderful energy. I just heard magnetic, but that's not usually what I think of with the Magician card. However, perhaps there is a lot of magnetic energy swarming around, or you guys may feel magnetic this week. That's definitely possible. But the Magician card as the overall energy of the week, it's really lovely. Manifestation is at your fingertips. As above, so below is here. The energy is very fertile energy, very capable energy. It's all about manifestation, taking the initiative. You've got a creative momentum this week. This card is all about aligning your intentions with action and taking steps to make your dreams come true, basically. And just knowing that you have all of the tools right here on this table and at your fingertips in order to make those things happen. So basically, it's about believing in yourself and like owning your power, being able to realize what you want to bring into existence and have the confidence to know that you can make it happen. It's a great card for Aries because you definitely have that confidence working for you, and it's just a very lovely energy. This is a beautiful energy for being able to bring things into your life that you want to manifest. So things can come in quickly as long as you are focusing on what you want to accomplish and knowing in your mind that you can manifest it. Now, what's tricky about the week is you have the Four of Cups regarding how you will be feeling. And the Four of Cups is all about being withdrawn, introspective. You might feel discontent when you see the Four of Cups as feelings. This person is sitting here not paying any attention to this cup that is floating through the air being offered. So you guys could be, not wanting to look at certain blessings coming in or not wanting to pay attention to certain things being offered at this time. And this could be regarding something emotional that you're just not in the mood to pay attention to what's here. So perhaps something's going on that has created some kind of discontent in your emotional state, or you kind of feel like things are I don't want to say boring, but you guys could be feeling bored or dissatisfied with what emotionally is going on in your life. Just know that you do still have this Magician, and it is still the potent energy of the whole week. So you could turn this right around by focusing on your gifts and abilities and talents. And the energy that you should lean into for the best result is the Seven of Pentacles. And that's all about embodying patience, being reflective, having, basically just kind of focusing on all the hard work you've put in and the effort. Like, he's put in the effort here. He's now kind of having the patience to sit back and look at his work. Sometimes this energy can be a little bit restless almost, but not necessarily. He doesn't look restless, but I'm just saying, especially with an Aries, the Seven of Pentacles can feel like it's a job, to be really patient, reflecting on what efforts you've put in, and the harvest is coming, but being patient. So that's the trick. You have to be patient. The energy that you can embody that would bring you the best results this week is patience, reflection, and intentional growth. So just, think of a gardener, someone that invests time and care into something, and then they have to wait for it to bring the harvest. So that's basically about, trusting the process, taking stock in everything you've done, practicing patience, and nurturing what matters, focusing on what is really worthy of your time. So this is kind of saying, take a moment to breathe, pause, recalibrate. You're not at the finish line yet, and just know that you're on the right path, and you would be able to kind of take stock of all the efforts you've put in. You also have Vision Quest, which is a very similar energy, I feel, to the Seven of Pentacles, because it's all about patience. And if you think of a Vision Quest, it's not necessarily like being out in that dry desert wouldn't necessarily be the most pleasant experience, but it allows for, deep inner reflection. There's no distractions there in the desert. You basically have to kind of take on a transformative energy, and that's kind of what that would be like. You're on a Vision Quest. You're in the desert. You're stripped of distractions. Survival depends on inner strength. You have to trust the unseen, and that reminds me of the patience that is needed in this card. So I do feel like you guys will need to embody a patient nature. Go within and kind of do some reflection. Maybe you do need a little bit of solitude. Maybe you will want to kind of feel like you need some time in order to suss out any confusion. Confusion was at the bottom of one of your decks here. And you also have release. So there are some things that are causing confusion that need released from your life. Perhaps you have to look at them from an impartial standpoint. Sometimes this card reminds me of Libra. You might be dealing with a Libra. But you might have to kind of, and this also reminds me of the Justice card. And it reminds me of like balance. You have to find a balance. There may be things that you feel need justice in your life. But I do feel like there's some confusion that needs to be released. You have the cycles card showing up, so you may be discovering cycles in your life. Like maybe you'll sit back one of these days of this week and just be like, that's weird how that keeps repeating in my life. And it's time to kind of take stock of what that is and why does it keep repeating in your life? What is it? What are the cycles? The cycles might be related to feeling rejected or being rejected, perhaps being tempted sometimes by things that are beautiful. All that glitters is not gold is kind of what this is saying here in my mind. Not always. This card sometimes talks about being very good looking. And the people that are watching this video, you probably are very beautiful. But with the snake here looking at her like that, and snakes sometimes remind me of deception. And then I just saw the glittering of the jewelry here. All that glitters is not gold. Sometimes we pick the wrong things and then we feel a rejection from them, and sometimes rejection is God's protection. I know that's an overused phrase, but those are all things coming to my mind. If something like that happened where you are feeling the sting of rejection, you could be in this state because of that. That might be why you're feeling that way emotionally. Just know that you have this powerful magician energy this week to bring anything into manifestation. Whatever you focus on is what's going to be manifesting. Have patience with everything in your life that you're working towards in terms of your practical goals, the things that you're actually putting effort into and working. Have patience. Take this time to kind of go within. That's, basically what's going to give you the best results for this week. And you also could feel like you're rejecting someone, but maybe you're tempted not to do that because of how beautiful the person is. Something along those lines. And I'm not telling you which way to go on that. I don't think that that's something that's coming up in this reading. I feel like you may feel like you're constantly going in cycles. And for each of you, the cycles that you're realizing are going to be different. But this week, definitely, you guys need to take time out to breathe, to eliminate some of the confusion, to understand what the lessons are in the cycles that you keep reliving. And you've got that Seven of Pentacles as the energy that you should lean into. And you've also got that Vision Quest card. So I do feel like it's time to kind of take a little bit of a breather in terms of what you need to understand more in your life and release. And right beneath that, right after you take that break, you're going to be feeling this Sun card, radiance, brilliance. You also got the Sun card at the bottom of the deck. Beautiful things are headed your way. You have all this enjoyment, all this newness, this freshness, this warmth, this joy, basically. It's all there for you. You just need to take a quick break, take stock of things, understand why cycles are happening in your life, and then things are going to be more effortless for you. I do feel that way. I feel like once you take this little break to eliminate any confusion, activation is next with this Magician card, and things are going to fall effortlessly into place for you. those are your messages, Aries. I hope they were helpful. I'm going to get Spirit's advice from 2 of my decks here. And just believe in the impossible. You also had the miracle card that really wanted to come out. Know that miracles are possible, especially with that Magician card. You can manifest anything. Spirit, what is your advice for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of June 23rd? Spirit's advice for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Spirit's advice for Sun, Moon, Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Increase support. Your positive focus and willingness to receive have opened the doorway to an abundance of help and opportunities. That's a beautiful card. So that is Spirit's advice. They're letting you know you have increased support. Right at the bottom of the deck is easy does it. Your health, happiness, and abundance require a gentle approach to life and work. So yes, the pausing, the reflection, that is still needed, but just know that you are supported. And let's get one more of Spirit's advice. What is Spirit's advice for Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of June 23rd? Aries, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you. You are lovable. Whoa. Okay, so you are lovable is what came out first, and then I'm going to take these. I'll see what they say. You are lovable. Love who you are as you're created perfectly. Everything about your true self is beautiful. So Aries, maybe you guys have felt rejected. Maybe you felt like it had something to do with your appearance, but you are absolutely stunningly beautiful. Don't feel that way, and you are so lovable. Love who you are as you've been created perfectly. Everything about your true self is beautiful. If you go into this reflection and you realize these cycles, be gentle with yourself. Even if you feel like you're responsible for some of the things, this is Spirit saying, be gentle with yourself. Peer pressure is here. Don't let others coerce you into a decision. You know in your heart what the right choice is. This always reminds us, don't care about what people think. This is, our lives are our lives. Don't care as much about what others are thinking, or, if someone's watching your life from the sidelines, don't care about what others think as much. Typically, I know Aries don't necessarily do that. You guys are really strong individuals and you have strong minds, but we all fall into that every now and again. Look at you, the sign from heaven. This is beautiful. You do have loved ones in spirit that are waving hello and giving you reassurance that you'll be all right. So that supports this card. You have spiritual beings around that are wanting to help you. You've got increased support. They're here. They're waving hello. They're there for you. So just know that. And it says balanced friendships. Your friendships work best when there's an equal share of giving and receiving. Like I said, I do feel like there's a balance that needs to be struck in your life. If you feel like your relationships are out of balance or your friendships are out of balance, it's time to take stock of that and really come to terms with why that's happening. If it's a repeated cycle in your life, it's time to actually go within, have patience with yourself, and understand why those things are happening so that you can correct those situations and circumstances in your life. Thank you so much, Aries, for being here. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon.